everyone, greetings of the day. Welcome to Sneha Bhode Programming Language YouTube channel. So as we know that we have started C language playlist. So today's topic of discussion is basic syntax and rule of C language. That what are the basic syntax and rules we are going to use in this particular language. So as we know in the previous video, I have uploaded I have explained the things related to how to write down your first program. So and there I have also told you that how to use the basic syntax. So you can refer that program also. And here also I am going to include the same program, that and what are the basic syntax and rule and what we have to use. So if you haven't looked that particular video, so I'll give the link of that video in the chat box or in the description, so you can go and you can check. Okay, so let's start, guys. Basic syntax and rules of the C language. So here you can see the first we are having some header files. Okay, so always our program is going to be start from the header files. Okay, there should be header files, then only first of all the compiler is going to be check that is the header files are included or not. If the header files are not included, it is not going to move further. Okay, then it is going to throw the error to us that some preprocessors are not included. Then second is our main function. So for driving a car or for driving a bike, we should have the driver. So here main function is nothing but the driver of our program. Okay, every program should have the main function, and every program execution is going to be start from main function. Then after that we are having some tokens in C, like we are having some keywords, variables, yeah, some functions like that. We are having some tokens in the C language. Then comments in C. So while writing the program, for being a good programmer, if anyone a non-programming person is going to see your program, he should or she should able to understand that what we are actually doing in this program. So for that we can use the comments, and by giving the comments, they can easily understand what this program is about. And the commands are not executable. Okay, then next we are having the white spaces. So white spaces means like a blank whole line, or we can say some spaces will be there, and after that, like for example we are starting from if. So after moving into the loop, we are giving a curly brackets, and after inside the curly brackets we are giving some space, and then we are going to start. So compiler, so that particular that workspace itself is going to provide some white spaces. So we are going to see what it is also. And at the last, that is semicolon in C, that is every program is going to be terminated, or we can say every line is going to be terminated with the semicolon. So the semicolon is must here. If the means the compiler will get to know that here the line is going to be complete. Now we have to go to the next line and we have to start reading again. He is getting semicolon, then he'll get to know that the compiler get to know that here our line is going to be complete. Okay, so let's have a look one by one. So first of all, this is a program. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. So as our first header file, first rule is going to be say that we must have the header file. So here you can see, first of all, the header files are included in the program. Okay, then next is main function. So here is our main function. Okay, then next is the token. So we are going to use this keywords like void, then main function we are going to use. Here we are using this printf, scanf, right? Like that. Here we haven't declared any variable, but as we'll move forward, we'll let you know that what are the variables and all. Okay, so these are nothing but the tokens. Then comments in C. We haven't written any comments. I'll let you know. Then here clr str printf here we are going to print hello world and then get ch. So here we are getting our output as hello world. So whatever the terms are written inside this opening and closing double quotes, the same value or the same words or phrases or the sentence is going to be print as it is. Okay, so then let's have a look our first thing, that is header file. Okay, so header file contains a bunch of file that helps the user to include the predefined function according to his requirement. So you can add the header files using the preprocessor directives, that is hash include. Okay, so what is this hash? Hash is using, we are going to say hash is nothing but the preprocessor. So this preprocessor is hash. We are including preprocessor. What is this? stdio.h. This header file we are going to use over here. So what we are doing? We are just getting that header file, means the header, in this header file is the program for this header file is created somewhere. So we are just importing that, or we are just including this preprocessor in our program so that the definition of the printf scanf is present over there inside this header file. So the full form of this stdio.h is nothing but standard input output header file. So standard input output means we are using printf and scanf. Printf for printing the data on the screen and scanf for getting the value from the user. So these are nothing but the input output operations we are going to perform. So the definition of this printf, that what it has to work and the particular function printf is there, right? So how it is going to be work? The definition is written inside this stdio.h header file. So that's why to make the printf and scanf work, this preprocessor stdio.h header file should be included in our program. Then only the printf and scanf will be worked, or else it will throw you the error that the preprocessor or the definition of the printf is not written. Okay, so here hash include stdio.h is a header file library that let us work with input and output functions such as printf, and the header file add functionality to C programs. Okay, so as I told, header files add functionality. So the printf is, we are going to use the printf in this program, and we hadn't written any of the definition of the printf over here. So what we are doing, we are just including the preprocessor stdio.h so that we are able to derive the definition of the printf from this header file, and printf will work for our program. Okay, so hope this header file is clear for everyone. Now second thing is the main function. As I told, that main function is nothing but the driver of the program. So when your operating system runs a program in a C, it gives the control to the computer to the C program. If a program consists of only one line of the code in the main function, then the program can run successfully. Okay, if the program consists of only one line of code in the main function, then the program can run successfully, right? So here in the first, this is the smallest program of our C language, that is here only the printf is included. This is our main function, printf is included. So whatever the data it is going to be having, it is going to print that. Okay, then here as the program executes, execution starts from this line, it becomes compulsory for every program to have the main function. So as I already told that we are having a compiler. So what is compiler? Compiler is going to be compile, means it is going to be convert the higher level language to the machine level language, that is nothing but binary level language. Okay, so from where it is going to start converting it? So the compiler first of all read all the lines of the program. Okay, then it is going to check that where is my main function. So every time that compiler is going to start the execution from the main function. So the main function is our head, that if the main function is absent, so we are not able to execute our program. Then another thing that always appears in the C program is main function. This is called a function. Any code inside its curly bracket will be executed. Okay, so here first of all this is the header file. Okay, then this is the function, and inside the opening and the closing curly brackets whatever we can see is nothing but this body of the main function. So it is going to be executed. Okay, so what are the statements are present in that main function are going to be executed. Then next, CLRSCR. Okay, so why we are using the CLRSCR? CLRSCR is a nothing but clear screen. Okay, so this function is predefined in the header file conio.h. Okay, so conio.h means console input output, means what we have to show on the console. Console means our output screen. Okay, so console input output. So here when we are going to write down we have written a program and we are trying to execute the program. Now when we are executing it, first some statements are going to be written on that, and after that we are getting our output. So here first when we are going to use the CLRSCR, that values that statements will not come directly, our output will come. Okay, I'll show this when we'll execute the program. Okay, then after that here printf. So this is another function that helps you to display the message on the output screen. So whatever the value is present in the double quotes inside the printf function, we are going to print that in the output screen. Okay, then after that getch. So this function is defined also in the conio.h because it is also related to the console, and it is used to hold the output screen until we hit the next key after we run the program. Okay, getch means hold the screen. If you are running the program and if you are clicking on run, so instantly just screen will blink and it will go, means it will not be displayed to you throughout until and unless you are not going to press the enter key. It will not be hold. Okay, if you are not using the getch, it will just blink and go. It will just blink and go. You are not able to read what is your output and all. Okay, so to hold the screen, we are going to use this getch. If you'll see, if you'll use the application Turbo C, so in that one, if you are not using the getch, so your screen will blink and go. The output screen. Okay, I'm talking about output screen. The output screen is going to be just blink and it will go. It will not be hold. Okay, so you can try this in the Turbo C application. Okay, now the C language is updated and it is evolved. So for some of the compilers like Visual Studio or any online compilers, it may be hardly possible that you will get all these things, but yes, this is very important and you will get the questions on this particular thing, that why we are using the CLRSCR and getch, and where the definition of this CLRSCR and getch is stored. So it is stored in the conio.h. Okay, and then next is our tokens in C. So a syntax or a program consists of a series of tokens. They can be the identifiers, variables, or symbols. So we can say that they are the smallest unit of the program that convey the specific meaning to the compiler. So there are 5 types of token in the C language, and they are keywords, identifiers or variables, then constants, punctuations, and operators. So keywords will be like for loop, for we are using for the loops which are predefined. The function of that particular words are predefined, which is going to perform some work, which is having some identification. That for is going, it is specified for the particular work. Okay, we cannot use that as an variable. Okay, so that are nothing but the keywords like for loop, while, switch, break, go to, continue, if, else, right? This type of keywords. Then main, integer, int, char, these are nothing but the keywords. Then after that, identifiers or variables. So identifiers and the variables is nothing but the name given to the particular memory location where we are going to store the value, is nothing but our variables. Then constants. Constants whose value cannot be changed throughout the program. Okay. The next punctuations, that is curly brackets, simple brackets, then square brackets, semicolon, colon, multiplication, that is star mark, equal to, right? These are nothing but the punctuations. Then operators. Operators are, we know that addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, greater than, less than, like relational operators, logical and or operators, right? All these are nothing but comes under the operators. So these are nothing but the tokens in C. Then we are going to see the comments in C. So a comment is a simple text that makes your code more descriptive and readable. So you can add comment in your code just to explain how the code is functioning. And comments are not necessary part of the code. You can add them according to your convenience. If you are doing the practice, there is no need to add the comments. But yes, if you are working on the project, so there after completing the project there may be some bug. Okay, so how to find that bug? For that you can go for the comments. That first of for example, you are creating your program, your project is related to the calculations. Okay, so you have written one program of calculator. So there you should comment the part of the code as from here the addition part is going to be start, from here the subtraction is going to be start, from here the multiplication logic is going to be start, right? So the chunk of codes, and so that it will be easy to find out where you have to perform the changes. Okay, so for that the comments are going to be used. Or if any part is not necessary for your program, so you can directly comment that particular line. If further that enhancement is required, so you can uncomment that part and that functionality will come also again in your project. So that is commenting in C. So there are two types of comments: single line comment and multi-line comment. So for a single line comment, we are simply going to use this, okay, before the comment line, that is backslash. And for the multi-line comment, first backslash then start, then here we are going to means here you will be having that particular statements or the code part, and at the end of that again we have to write down star and backslash. So here that much sentence is going to be comment out. Okay, for example, this is a part of our program. Okay, I want to comment out this particular line. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to first backslash and then this star. Okay, then till this part only I need to comment. So here now this part will be converted into the gray color and the compiler is not going to execute this part. Okay, hope this is clear. Then next is white spaces in C. So in a C program, white spaces is generally a blank line. A C programming language uses white spaces to describe the blanks, new line character and commands. Comments. Okay, then here a blank line blank line, C always ignores the white spaces, but we use it to make the code more readable. Okay, then for example, here int, then some space is there, right? Then data. So the space in between int and data is nothing but the white space to make our program code more readable. If we are going to write down int data, so we are not able to, and the compiler also not able to find out that is it a complete word or which is the data type and which is the variable name. Okay, then if you don't provide a proper white space within a statement where it is needed, then the compilation will not be correct and you will not be able to get the desired output. Yeah, right. So in between int and main, int and data, if you are not giving any of the white space, your compiler is not going to get the variable name and what is the integer. It will throw the error that yeah, it will throw the error or there. So here, for example, if you have not provided the white space between the int and the data, then it will create a compilation error. Then after that, semicolon in C. So semicolon are provided to terminate the statements, right? So here our statement is going to be terminated. Here no further statement or the instructions are written in that particular line. I'm talking about the line, I'm not talking about the full program. Okay, I'm talking about the line only. So the semicolon is going to terminate the line and the compiler will go to read the next line. Okay, so the semicolon indicates the start and the end of the execution statement, right? So this tells the compiler that the statement is completed. If the semicolon is not placed at the end of the statement, then program will not compile the generating and compilation error is going to be message. Then here, yeah, the next thing is if we are going to use the int main function, int main. Okay, as we know, every program starts execution from the main function. So we are going to give the data type, that main function data type, as an integer. It means that the program must have to return some value. So it can be the any value. So generally we are going to use 0. So this is nothing but the return 0. Then do not forget to add the closing curly brackets. So it is actually going to close our main function. Okay, so the execution body is in between opening and the closing bracket. So when you are going to close that particular bracket of the main function, the compiler will get to know that here no further instructions are there to execute and here we need to stop. Okay, then next, rules for a program in C. So here overall discussion is like C is a case sensitive language. So the most of the program statements are in the lower cases. Okay, like we have seen int main, it was in a lower case. Okay, hash include is also in a lower case. Okay, so you have to write down, you cannot write down capital I and capital F for if. Okay, it should be in a small only. So C is a case sensitive language. Okay, I'll give you the another example of the case sensitivity. Okay, first of all, I know that everyone is using your Google account, right? So you are having your email IDs. For the email IDs, if you are logged into the Gmail, so you are going to enter your email ID and after that they are going to ask you for your password. So for example, if your password is capital A, small a, small b and capital C. Okay, this is your password that you have set for the first time when you have created the your email ID account. Okay, your Gmail account, right? So when you are trying to log in your mail, at that time they are going to ask you for the password. Now this password is getting stored in the database. Okay, in the database this password is stored. Now for example, you have entered in the password block A, capital B and small c. Okay, so are you able to log in? No, you are not able to log in because already we have set the password as A, B and C, small a, B and capital C, and user have entered this password capital A, capital B and small c. So which is not going to be match exactly. Here it is in a small a and here we are using the capital A. That is nothing but the case sensitivity. Okay, if you are using something in the small alphabets, you have to make it as it is. Now for the next time, if you are giving the password as small a, small b and capital C, so this time you are able to log in because it is exact match with this password. Okay, so this is nothing but the case sensitivity. Here in the programming also the same thing. Already that's why we are going to learn these rules, that if should be written in the smaller, in the lower case only. Okay, so C is a case sensitive language and most of the program statements are in a lower cases. Okay, then all the statement must necessarily terminated with a semicolon. So again guys, the semicolon is must. And next is our white spaces should be provided only between the variables and the keywords. Okay, yeah, so wherever it is necessary to make our program readable, we are going to use the white spaces. Again we'll move to this program. Here you can see this hash include preprocessor we have to include over here. Then after that we have to use the semicolon, okay, to terminate a program, line to terminate the line. Okay, always we have to give this opening and the closing bracket, so that it is going to be declare the body of that main function. Always program is going to be start with the main function. Okay, and first of all we have to include the header files, that is preprocessors. Okay, so hope this is clear for everyone. Okay, yeah, so if you like if you understand whatever I have told you, that like rules and the syntax of this C language, that how to write down a program. So yes guys, just like, comment, share and subscribe. If you are having any of the doubts, you can comment in the comment box, right? And just stay tuned. In the next video, we are going to see the variable part, that how to declare the variables and all. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.